Hello and welcome everybody. Let's start today with this tense, the present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to talk about something which is happening at the moment in the present. But let's learn first how to make a sentence using the present simple tense. To make a sentence using the present simple tense in affirmative form, I have to use number one, or I have to start with the subject pronouns or the subject in general, and after that adding the auxiliary verbs, verb to be. For example, I add with it am, being I am. You, we, they, I add with them are, being, you are, we are, and they are. And the last thing, with the singular subject pronouns such as he, she, it, I add is. Being, for example, he is or he's, and also she's or it's. Okay, that's the form of the affirmative present continuous. Okay, let's move to the next thing here. What if I want to make a negative one, for example, or a question? To make a question, here you have to start with the auxiliary verb. For example, starting with am, after that the subject pronoun I, instead of saying I am, so you have to ask using am I. And also are, when you use are, you add the auxiliary verb at the first are, and then you have to add the subject pronouns. For example, are you, are we, are they, and after that the verb plus ing. So the question will be, for example, are you playing? Are you playing? Of course, the answer will be yes or no. Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. These are the questions. What about the negative form? The negative form, you had to add not every time after the auxiliary verb. So instead of saying I am, you have to say I am not. You are, we are, they are, you have to say are not or aren't. For example, you aren't playing, we aren't playing, they aren't playing, and so on. What about he, she, it? After he, she, it, you add, or after he, she, it, and is, you add not to. For example, he isn't, she isn't, it isn't, and so on. Okay, let's move to the next page. This is a timeline of the present continuous tense. So, as I told you before, we use the present continuous tense or the present progressive tense to talk about something or actions happening at the moment. So as we see in the timeline, we have the past, we have the future, and the present, or this moment. So we don't use the past, we don't use the future, so all what you use here is the present, especially at this moment. Okay, let's have some examples on affirmative. As I told you, we start with, as I told you, we start with the subject or subject pronoun, okay, and after that, verb to be. This is verb to be, and to say it again, verb to be with I, it will be, let's start it again. Okay, so verb to be with I, it will be am, saying I am. With he, she, and it will be is. And the last thing, with we, you, they, it will be are. And here we have I, so verb to be will be am. I am plus gerund or verb to be, this is reading, and after that complete the sentence. I am reading a book. I am reading a book. This is present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Okay, let's move to the next page. We have the present continuous tense here in negative form. Let's have an example. This sentence, as you can see, I have started with the subject or subject pronoun, I. After that, I added verb to be, am, as I told you, am with I. But here you have to add not in order to make the sentence negative. Okay, so I am not, then gerund or verb plus ing, feeling happy, the complete of the sentence. So here we added ing or gerund after not, after verb to be, and we have started the sentence with the subject or subject pronouns. Okay, let's move to the next page. This is the present continuous tense or present progressive tense, and this is the question form. How to make a question? As I told you, in the affirmative form, we have for example, we have the subject pronoun. We have started with subject pronoun, for example, she, and after that we added the auxiliary verb or verb to be, is. What if I want to make a question form? To make a question form, I have to start with the verb to be, for example, is, and after that add the subject pronoun or the subject, she. So the question will be, is she, instead of saying she is. Is she watching TV? Is she watching TV? And after that, I will answer using yes or no. For example, if I wanted to say yes, I will say yes, she is. If I wanted to say no, I will say no, she isn't. Okay, this is the question form. Let's move to the next page. Okay, at this page we will learn how to add the WH words or question words to the present continuous tense questions instead of answering yes or no. So for example, here we have are you or is she or are they doing it. Here we want to add a question word for the sentence. For example, when. What does it mean when? When is asking about the time. Okay, so the question will be, when are you doing it? Or when is he or is she or are they doing it? Here we will not answer using yes or no. At this time we will answer using the time. For example, I'm doing it at the moment, or just right now, or anything like that. Okay, let's move to the next page. So the present continuous tense, we have two words to express this tense. For example, we have now and at the moment. Okay, Okay, so this is the last thing here we have today. This is the present continuous tense. As I told you, we use the present continuous tense to express what someone is doing now or at the moment of the speaking. Okay, so it's about the present. And we form the present continuous tense with the verb to be, present simple, and adding ing to the main verb. And we have this example, I, this is the subject, okay, and we have am, this is verb be or verb to be, and we have here verb plus ing, this is the gerund, and after that completing the sentence. Okay, that was the present continuous tense. Thank you so much and goodbye.